Okay, the next thing that I asked you guys to do was to access the stock market module, or stock market project module, that is, and to make a copy of the current event template. In order to do that, you got to find the stock market project module in Canvas. And if you scroll down, there's a couple of them in there. Both of them ask for the same information. They're just slightly different formats. It doesn't matter which one you use, but what you want to do is click on one of the two, and then it'll show this. But if you click on the download current event template, it'll download in the bottom left hand side and you can open it up. And if you open it up, it should look like this. Okay, and what this is a template that you will use to fill out information for current events that you find online. The first thing that I asked you to do was find an article about your company that might be a good thing or a bad thing for you as an investor. And I think the best way to do this is to go to Yahoo Finance, put in your stock symbol, and if you keep it on the summary page here and scroll down a little bit, you're going to see that there's a news tab and a press release tab here. And if you scroll down a little bit after that, you're going to see news about your company. Like, for instance, here's one that says new scanner could drive 3M revenue growth. Right? If I look at that as an investor in 3M, I'm thinking that's probably a really good thing for me overall, and I could use this as my current event. The only stipulation here is that when you find your current event, on the day that I ask you to find it, the date of that current event has to come within the last 2 weeks. So today is October 10th, I believe. Anything within the last 2 weeks, so the last 3 or 4 days of September, and then any of the days between October 1 and October 10 today. So I could use that, or I could scroll down and I could find some other things in here. Like, for instance, 4 days ago they launched the world's this article right here, first tablet-based mobile intraoral scanner, right? And I think that's kind of the same thing as what I read up at the top. But what you would do is just open that up and read that article, and you are going to fill out a current event template for it. So every one of you should have already made a copy of this. If you haven't already, make sure that you do that. But what you're going to do here is this. Listen carefully. Right here where it says industry article number, you're going to put a number 1 there, because this is the first article that you found. So when we do this again in a couple of weeks and you find another industry article, you're going to put 2 there for the second article you find. All right. It says indicator article number here. You don't need to worry about that just yet. We will be going through a unit on macroeconomics and micro and economic indicators, but you can just forget about this for now, which means that you can also forget about where it says pick an economic indicator. So leave those 2 things alone. You don't have anything to do with those right now. From there, it's pretty straightforward. You want to list the name of the article here, the date. The date's really important, so make sure you put that in there. I want the link to it as well so that I can find it easily. And as we said here, just leave this alone. Don't worry about any of that for now. In this first summary box, you're just going to summarize the article in 5 to 7 sentences, just 1 paragraph. Just what did it say? What was it about? Sometimes it's hard to type directly into this box, but if you delete the box itself, I think you can type just below it. And in the impact paragraph, what you need to do here is explain how and why this article is either a good thing for you as an investor or a bad thing for you as an investor. And since you're finding articles that have already taken place, you could even go back and take a look at what happened to the stock value around the time this article came out. And you could explain why this was a good thing for you as an investor or why it's not necessarily a good thing for you as an investor. And then explain how and why that causes people to buy more shares or sell more shares. That's all this is. So all you're doing is you're choosing an article that has something to do directly with one of your companies, and that's key. It's not all 3 companies, so just choose one of your 3 companies to find an article on. And then fill out a current event template for that article that you found. Okay? So you fill that all out. It's imperative that you find the article right away. And even if you don't fill out the current event template on the day that we go through this in class, or that I assign it in class, even if you don't fill this thing out, you do need to make sure that you save a link to it, that you save the article itself, and that you don't wait till the end of the semester to go back and find articles from October. I will warn you, if you do that, you're going to find a whole host of problems when you try to go back and find these articles. So please, I'm trying to stress how important it is that you today, or the day that I tell you to find an article, that you find that article and you at least save it. And if you have time, yes, fill it out and write your summary paragraph and your impact paragraph. And then save that into a new folder, because this is an ongoing project. This is not due, at any specific time. It'll be due at the end of the semester when we finish up these projects. So that's how you find an article. The other way you could find an article is just by going to Google News, typing the name of your company in the search engine. Make sure that you've clicked on the News tab, and then you can find articles in here too. And you're going to see, like right here, this is the same exact article that I just found in Yahoo Finance. So you go through Google News, or you could go through Yahoo Finance to find your article, but every single one of you is going to fill out a current event template for that article.